Hey everybody, this is Greg Harris. I will not be your live stream host tonight. I'm coaching Westside. Mary Beth Becker is going to be on the mic with you and giving you scores in the chat room. So I'm going to turn things over to her once I get everything set up for her. But tonight you're going to hear from teams not in this order: Creighton Prep, Omaha Bryan, Ralston, and Omaha Westside. So it's going to be a really, really fun night, really fun bout. These teams are looking to try and get into semifinals with their performances tonight. It's going to be awesome. So stay tight. Mary Beth's going to be with you in just a second and filling you in on all the stuff that's going on. And I'm going to turn the mics off, though, because we get dinged on copyright if we're broadcasting this music that our fine DJ Brent Crampton is playing. So that's it. I'm going to turn you over to Mary Beth. We'll be starting the bout in probably 10 or 15 minutes. We got started late tonight because of a late arriving school. So we're going to get rolling as best we can, okay? Here we go. See you in a bit.
Yeah, I know.
People of the audience, if you are not here to root for or against any of the teams in the next bout, you can be a judge. It's fantastic. It's lovely. Who would like to be a judge in this next bout? You might be too young, but you'd be awesome. Many unaffiliated people. Darn you, Mary Beth Becker.
Actually, no, sit. I want the team for that will be sitting right here. Hey, how are you? Alright, that's all right. There you go. How do you feel about this? Where's Lizzie go? Okay. Hey guys, just as a general note, this room is big and it eats sounds. As you can hear as I'm trying to talk to you, so get right up on the mic. The mic is your friend, okay? Yeah. It should be at the height of your chin. It should be like a fifth away from your mouth.
I'm not taking that now.
Well,
Yeah.
So that goes for the group. That goes, well, what did you say?
No, I heard
Hydrate.
everyone.
Hydrate.
Forgets like the shit on his phone.
Yeah.
But like, don't move a lot. Taking my seat back. Stella stole my seat.
McCallie, look right at phone spot. Look right at phone spot.
Well,
I got a good time.
it's out there.
It just got colder in here. It's colder right now. You see if Patrick will switch seats with you.
So, okay, guys.
Everyone.
Girls. Ladies.
Greg, I thought there was no more dancing.
I thought maybe we could do a new generation instead of yelling out Westside. On the mic, I would like you to say, I'm from Westside High, and then everyone else will respond. Hi, Westside.
I like it. No, I think we're Westside. Yeah, I like Westside. Okay, no, we could just say Wolfgang. Go for Greg's idea.
Oh,
Go for the old idea. Old idea. We can still change it to Westside High.
Hey Greg, can we sit here since they sat here?
Yeah. Careful of the light stream. I just like, I don't understand. I'm not. What if I did? Like people, this is what the change machine is for. I was gonna say, I don't know.
I need to sit where you're sitting.
Right here?
Yeah.
Hey, you have to keep all those selfies nice. Okay, keep the one where I look like Gollum. Keep the one where I'm like transcending into the next realm and I look like the Joker. Or you can just let me know people from us up. Are they good?
Ralston, they're pretty good. Chris is helping them out with their coaching, so they've been pretty strong. So, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Chris and Grace.
Yeah, we have Chris and Greg will do like events and talking to you
Honestly, he's up.
so great. Every time he gets on stage, he literally flies.
What?
Are you guys both live streaming?
Oh God, no.
Don't you
Oh,
should.
no,
But
Charlie
you
says-
stand over there.
Um,
Yeah, I suck.
we're
So
gonna do the Bout draw.
you'll see. I'm gonna be doing this with her and going up there at the same time. It's gonna be cool. I can do it.
Good.
Hey,
I don't know.
hey,
If Renee goes, where
do
are you
you?
going?
I'm doing me.
All right,
You know what? I'm doing me.
all right.
All right. So yeah.
What am I doing? Where am I going?
That's a really good question.
Hold up. I'm doing me.
The first, let me take a selfie.
No, Mary Beth, you use two phrases I hate in the same sentence. No, Mary Beth. No. This is why we can't be friends sometimes. This is why I shut myself out emotionally from you. You know, like
I do that for a lot of people. But
every time I like look at you, I see hashtags in your eyes, and I can't take it. So
you should write a poem about that.
I won't. But I won't. But that's you know. Oh,
Still
oh
up to 10 minutes.
no. It'd be a terrible poem. All it'd be about is hashtags. Where did that go? I saw hashtags in your eyes. Cool, I guess.
It's a wrap.
And that's a wrap. Oh, I want to do a rap song and wrap it up, and that's a wrap.
I'll let you make my new poem.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
And
Back.
back.
No, it's not. You can't hair flip as well as I hair.
Greg has to deal with our trash.
I hair flip.
Just deal with all of it. Stand in front of us.
You have to like really pose for it. Unless it's just okay. Don't get it in people's faces. That's why you're a bad hair flipper. That's why you're a bad hair flipper.
Very like experience.
Why are these chairs so weird?
He's trying.
Oh hey.
And then push it. If I say I can't, that's the option.
Because you can't. Why are these chairs so close? Since we have rubber on the bottom, I can't. It's really weird.
I don't know. If you're gonna be familiar with your
You're probably going to be a sacrificial poet, am I right?
no, am I?
I don't know anyone else.
I mean, I don't have one yet.
That's what I'm guessing they're going to come and ask you.
Find it online.
Because Mary Beth, it's either you or me.
Keep having,
But she's doing this. So I
I
don't
keep having flashbacks to the
can't be John, can't be me. And there are no other students.
Oh my God,
So
yeah.
they're like learning about.
And Gina had her wisdom teeth out, so she couldn't perform.
It's either between you.
And
Don't matter.
my hair was
Either one of you guys.
purple. And like that guy just yelled about Lucifer for like 10 minutes. He did that like the second year after that with the 2013 team went national who read the same poem. I know, I did too. It was like 6 minutes long. Yeah. Oh, and then I forgot about that. Oh my God, that was so weird. I can't remember what that was. What happened there.
she like went way over time.
Yeah. And she was like, one thing I really love about New Shine's poetry is how great KDFS is.
I'm nervous.
And Ben Wenzel was there. Where the hell is Ben Wenzel? Like,
Yeah, I know.
him? Where is he? He's
I know who like coaches are like.
like, I see kind of the same coaches at every bout. So I'm really thinking, like,
That have the same coaches. Miller coaches with John Miller, handsome young guy. That's what I would
he looks like a carrot. He looks like a carrot. Does he have, like, your kind of glasses and a mustache and a little beard and dark hair?
He has glasses and dark hair.
Like a little beard, little facial
He
hair,
has a face. He has a
little
little
facial hair.
I'm like so not ladylike right now. I'm just like,
His name is, oh god, do you know who Millard North's coach is? Millard North.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know that. Yeah. I'll ask Andrew. Yeah, Andrew will know. I can't even remember that. Okay, Andrew knows.
Try that again. First year robot matters. What? Number 5. For real though.
I need to go home. I already today.
Robot.
Hey. I wanna go home. Whoa.
Oh my god, I'm
Come on and slam. And welcome to the jam.
Did you go to the beach? Okay, I'm gonna go back because it sounds like you've got
What? Do I have sand in my butt? I know. Oh. Okay. I didn't know that I did that home thing. I don't know. I have no memory of doing that. Sorry. Yeah.
Hey, how about when you go up there to do home?
You're gonna give me that look, Jesus?
Sorry.
I'll do it. No, it's fine.
Sorry. I need to talk to Andrew about how.
Well, yeah. Well, I wasn't asking for your permission, Lizzie.
Like just like coming up and out. Hello. Feel it. What's up? Are you reading tonight?
I'm doing a trio called John and Andrew. That's it.
Okay.
I haven't pretty much memorized. I'm not worried about it. As they call me, it's not worried. Because I don't know what's a good thing or a bad thing.
They're all stressing. Hardcore stressing. Hardcore stressing.
How did that feel?
It never happened. Yeah. She's opening up a bit though. Like now, but I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably still gonna ask her, but I want to take her with me. My idea is that, I'm gonna take her on our second date. I'm gonna take her on a date. I'm gonna take her on Friday, but since we have school off on Friday, like 2 weeks from now, I believe, I'm gonna go over to her house while she's at school and keep all of the final idea. I'm gonna do trips for asking her for prom, right? Okay. You saw Frozen. I'm gonna. Hello? Friday. How are you? Nope, you gotta. Everyone gets this wrong!
I have tried so hard, Charles.
Wait, so that's slower.
There's the learning curve.
How you doing? Long time no see. Yeah, it's been like a year. Yeah, it's been like a year. That's why I'm so excited when it's on. It's going great. I'm the only one I'm the only one on my team who gets John is nervous.
I have not how I am.
Yeah.
And I just can't tell. Ever.
Doing in India.
It keeps happening. And I'm just
I
like,
just didn't have a phone ready.
I've never met you.
Huh?
Yeah, that's my first
Well,
We are?
I can't. The priority card here. You're gonna tell me as a person.
I asked her if I gave her ice cream, free ice cream.
You guys are facing tonight.
Or when I want neither.
I think we have a good chance.
Not iMovie. You guys are facing Bryan, Ralston, and Westside.
Those are all first.
No, not Bryan. Not Bryan, I don't think. Is Omaha Bryan a first year school?
Yeah.
Are they good?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Oh no, this is their second year.
Yeah.
They were in about they were in the Bout before ours. We were in about with them. And they only had market after. Yeah. And they only had
Join me over that way. That'd be pretty fantastic. One representative from each team that way.
Lucky draw.
Also, they're freaking adorable and their phones are so cute. And
Okay,
they
bye.
all look like they could be related.
Okay, bye.
Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Now I have to pick up the dope.
Oh, fun. Get to be Mary Beth Becker for a little bit, hanging out with adults. I know, but that's all.
If I were, I'd be like, I ain't got nothing yet, but I will finish that joke later. And it's gonna be flattering and awesome and funny at the same time. Trust me. I'm the best.
I worry. A whole lot of no hair. Yeah. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm getting old. Hi. I was alright. Hi.
So Renee, you'll be up sports.
And you are better than that. And you're better than whoever said it. Out of respect for my boyfriend, she's
You'll be up
Yeah, that's what happened. I can take
Greg, I had a really horrible realization. I only have 3 more years to be a teen mom. I was gonna sit there, but then Craig's standing in my spot, and I can't get in my seat. No, it's fine.
I was sitting there.
Ah.
I guess so. I feel like this is bad stairs. I definitely don't want to climb over from the mic.
Shout out to all my homies.
It's not fun.
There you go. That was the solution I came up with.
Three more years to become a team player. You can change your team on 3 times now.
Yeah. Only 3 more. I'm running out of time.
So it's Prep, and then Bryan, then Ralston, then you.
Got out there.
No performance till round 3.
Are you sure?
She's going to tell you what a poetry slam is.
No, it's a slam poetry who started the 1985 construction worker named Mark Smith.
So what?
That is right, because the founder is not important. The community we have built for each other is what's important. And that went down to the kids later on when we started Louder Than a Bomb with Kevin Koval and Anna West. Yeah. And this year we have 32 teams across Nebraska and Iowa who are competing in this tournament. Give it up for yourselves.
That's me? That's me. Okay. So there's going to be 4 teams from 4 to 10 poets each. Each team will send up 5 poems in a predetermined order. Each poem must be original work and can only be 3 minutes long. We'll give you a 10-second grace period. After that, we're going to start chopping off points from your score. Sad, sad, boo-hoo. There can be no props, costumes, or accompaniment from the audience. Just the poets on stage, okay? So that's how that's going to work. In the 5th round is going to be the group piece round, where each team sends up 4 poets each. And they do awesome group pieces that are going to blow your guys' mind tonight. Yeah, woohoo.
We're ready for blowing minds. Woo! All right, so here's the deal. Again, Poetry Slam is all about the community. So in the interest of that, we need to make sure the space is warm and safe for everybody who chooses to join us. That means we will not use profanity, sexually explicit or pornographic language, gratuitous violence, racial, ethnic, gender-biased, homophobic, religious, ableist, or otherwise discriminatory slurs, speech, or language. I will break it down like this. Everybody in this community are my people. Y'all don't mess with my people. We cool.
Okay, so judges! Judges are going to score. There are going to be 5 judges, all right? So judges are going to score from 0.0 to 10. A 10 is like if you resurrect Michael Jackson and Gandhi together to make the ultimate awesome team by hearing this poem, and then they go like on a worldwide tour and like do awesome things with this poem by reciting it so many times that there's like peace in the world. Okay, and a 0 is like if you, I don't know, resurrect like Stalin or something, and then like, yes, it is terrible and the earth like is like destroyed and Transformers comes and destroy everything. That's like a 0. Okay, so we drop the low score and the high score just in case of bias, and the middle scores all add up together, and whoever gets the highest score of the round wins that round. Zadika?
All right, now judges, here's the deal. We're going to ask that you be consistent, because what happens in the beginning is you get tired of people booing at you, or you get really excited because they're clapping for you. Audience, let's give them a demonstration. If a judge gets a score you love to a poem you love, what do you do? They give a 2.8 to a full poem that you love, what might you do? Come on! Now, when that happens enough times, sometimes judges get antsy and give really big numbers. Judges, your job is to be consistent. Rate everything based on a poem that you heard at the beginning, and then if you like it more, give it a little bit higher score. If you like it a little bit less, give it a little bit later score. You must judge it on the merits of the poem, not necessarily how many people are on stage when they're performing.
This is a reminder to get these fancy, yes, thank you for quieting down, these boxes of internet and turn them off or on silent or something that will not play Beyonce, yes Ruth, not play Beyonce in the middle of people's poem, because we want to respect people's poetry.
Yeah.
So, turn them off and do whatever you can with them, smash them, I don't care, just don't let it ring during the poetry, okay? So, Zadika, do you think we're ready? Or like, what? Like, are you guys ready? Wait, what? What? Oh, we need blood, Zadika.
We do. Now look here, judges. We know this might be new for some of y'all, so we're going to go ahead and give you a warm-up round. And how we're going to do that is by bringing someone up to the stage to perform a poem to give you an idea of how you want to score.
So, therefore, give it up for you sacrificial poet, Niara Williams!
This is our sacrificial poet, Niara Williams.
My name is Niara Williams, and this poem is titled The Favorite. Nini, short for Niara, the full name meaning high purpose. My father is proud of his children's Swahili names, despite the world's inability to pronounce them, despite the fact that I must provide pronunciation on most of my name tags. Niara looks like Niera, Niara, 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 and sometimes rips slowly and uncertainly out of mouths like Niagara? As if I've misspelled my own name without a G. When I inform them of the proper pronunciation, they sigh a mixture of relief and embarrassment. What a pretty name, like they aren't sure if it should be. I then offer the option of Nini. One sweet syllable repeated twice, it is simple and easy to spell, unless they assume it's a weird black name with too many syllables, and they don't know why we can't just give our children normal names, as though normality and beauty can be measured by the Western meter stick. Every child with a difficult name knows that people will destroy it, gnash it to pieces, and their mouth make jokes out of it, blame the parents for it. Some people wonder how a woman can carry a life for 9 months, bear the pain of labor, hold a small wonder in her arms, and name it Laquisha. Laquisha, originating from Lakeisha, a Swahili name meaning the favorite. Deja, like the French word meaning already, because a mother could feel her strength and spirit before she was even born. Aliyah, rising above the English language, and the Arabic word exalted. Alexis, Greek in origin, she means defender. Alexis will spend a disproportionate amount of her life defending her right to be named. Deja will endure the sneers of introduction again and again and again, as people are offended by what her mother so lovingly crowned her birth certificate, Aliyah. They don't teach you that they never emancipated your etymology. Many still believe your name is a hodgepodge of ghetto gibberish, a side effect of our destructive culture. Let them wish we were Becky. Let them wish we were Amy. Let them wish we were Mary, Anna, Brittany, Kayla, Emma, anything but Alexis, Deja, Aliyah, Laquisha. You will always be the favorite.
That was Niara Williams, our sacrificial poet. Let's hear what the judges have to say, Internet.
judges, we're going to ask you to keep this fast so we can make sure we get everybody home in a decent hour because Mama needs a nap. Now, 3, 2, 1, put them up. All right, from low to high, we have an 8.0, an 8.5, a 9.0, a 9.5, and a 9.8. Give it up for you all. All right, and keep this going for Prep.
Next poets on stage from Creighton Prep.
Alright, we good? Hi, I'm John Ratz.
I'm Andrew O'Donnell.
Darwin Herzl. And we are from Creighton Prep. I can't be the only person who gets their right and left confused. Traditional knowledge holds that separating the brain's hemispheres should be simple. The left side is for logic, reason, and the careers with a nice salary right out of college. The right side is for excitement, creativity, and being doomed to a life in the liberal arts. But I can't take it anymore. When I see someone begging on the street, should I let my heart go out to them or calculate the cost-effectiveness of a donation? If a kitten were to jump into my lap, should I dissolve into cuddles or itemize every way it might kill me? Therefore, I've resolved to split my antagonistic halves into separate wholes in order to give us all some peace. I mean, most people would probably do this in surgery, but with healthcare costs being what they are.
Greetings, I am the left brain. Above all, I am rational, logical, and when you account for all the variables, my decisions are always the correct ones. People call me monstrous and cold for making the tough calls. Burn the house to save the village. Kill the patient to spare the plague. Certainly feelings are nice, but sometimes you need to brush off their confusing clutter to see the right and the wrong, the black and the white.
Hi, I'm the right brain. I'm just really excited to be here, to be with you. To be! My favorite things include everything, especially bright color sunshine, hot chocolate, and oh my god, tummy rubs. Do you want to be friends? Let's be friends. I am a really, really good friend because emotions are all I do. I feel everything like a book. And let me tell you, if I ever make you sad, I will be crying a lot more than you. Because I get really sad and lonely sometimes. But it's much better when everybody's really just happy. And so just be happy all the time together and we'll do our favorite things until we all just drop dead.
All right, right brain, I'm going to need you to calm down. Just being around you is exhausting.
Can you feel it, Lefty? I know you're an old crusty stiff, but I mean, come on. I love you anyway.
Look, being around you and being next to you all the time is already enough. But now you're just exhausting.
You don't mean that. How could you? You're so mean.
Both of you need to shut up. I thought you'd be better split, but it's obviously you're hopeless on your own. So work it out and then get back in my head.
I suppose he's correct. Well, right brain, can we function together?
I mean, we could look at clouds all day. You can count them and I'll tell you which ones are puppies.
No. There has to be some way to live requiring both my logical precision and your emotions. What are those called? The nonsense about happiness and sadness?
Emotions. Emotions, Lefty. They're the only thing that keep him from becoming a machine because of you.
If you can't figure this out, get back in this cranium right now. Honestly, they break so frequently together, sometimes it's hard to remember how frequently they break when they're separate.
That was Creighton Prep with a trio group piece. Let's hear what the judges say about it.
Get it up, you're ready. That's cool! Okay! Why do I need support? Okay, there it is! From low to high! You put it down. You gotta keep it up. You gotta keep it up. 7.4! An 8! 8.5! 9.2 and a 9.2! Keep that applause going for our poets from Omaha Bryan!
Our next poet is from Omaha Bryan.
I'm Shannon Sembler. I'm a senior from Bryan High. Who cares?
The Bears!
This is Ode to Maddie. This is a love poem, just not the kind you may be used to. Love is not always measured in stomach leaps and bright blushes. I met you when I didn't even need to, and we bonded over celebrity crushes and TV shows that only we seem to know. We became tethered to each other faster than I can send you a midnight text. You told me that 6 months before, you'd wished on a star to have a friend who could read your mind and enjoy what they saw. I can tell you it is not hard to enjoy someone whose laughter paints the sun in the sky. The first time you called me, your voice was a radio transmission from a lost home planet. That's what we were, a pair of wandering ETs sending out feelers to find others of our kind. Humans with their noses in the air said you were unidentifiable and tried to feed you to the smoky, shadowy government of societal rejection. But still, you crashed the mothership into my life, and I welcomed the symbiote you planted in my brain. It was a glorious reunion of Siamese twins that turned everything in the galaxy to gold. The citizens of Earth didn't quite know what hit them when details emerged of a sighting at the IHOP. 2 girls in a harsh, unfamiliar world who found joy in giggling over an attractive comedian or two by sharing pictures on phones and all but ignoring their breakfast. One highly anticipated day, I saw your small Lincoln apartments. With boxes still unopened, bare walls not quite your own, I realized that my someplace is in a small bedroom with a bed of messy blankets, Jerry Blank greeting us from your TV, and the kind of warmth that only fireplaces and friendship provide. The sightings continue. At Village Inn, Olive Garden, Barnes & Noble, we are shapeshifters, pretending to be anything other than extraordinary. Trying on oversized hats and undersized backpacks with you in the secluded area of Walmart's made me feel almost human again. I remember you telling me about those miserable pod people who dismissed you in the zombie pits that is middle school. And I knew then that they must have had poor eyesight because you're bright enough to put their dimples to shame. Those with critical eyes, the ones who tried to pick you apart and hope to electroshock you into their idea of normal, will never understand this. That your brake tongue cannot be cut out. That your brain is working on levels they cannot comprehend, that you will always laugh in the face of your attackers and never look back as you walk into the freedom you deserve. You are not afraid to be who you will always be, and I wish I had a fraction of the strength that takes. You are the sister who looks nothing like me, but feels exactly like home. So even though we struggle through the gray clouds of earthbound life, I will always look to the sky and see the everlasting star that is you.
Nice.
That was our poet from Bryan High, our second poet in the first round. Let's see the judge's opinion.
Love your socks.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
Mostly, I just take this long so I can do my interpretive L-tap dancing. All right, judges, contemplate it. And you get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put them up. From low to high, we have an 8.6, a 9.0, a 9.0, a 9.1, and a 9.3. Give it up for your poet. And keep that going for your next poet from this round. Westside.
Our next poet is from Ralston.
Hey everybody, I'm Evelyn Harrison. I'm a senior from Ralston. I wish I could believe you when you tell me that I am beautiful, or when you say I'm worth it. Because when I look in the mirror, I'd see nothing but a smile full of lies and sad eyes full of nothing but fear. I can't seem to stop crying, even when I'm all out of tears. I'm so sorry, my dear. I can't do this anymore. I can't be so selfish when my little false friend calls for me, offering an unnatural comfort. Except that I made a promise to stop cutting. For you. I haven't, and I won't dare to, even though I want to. Feel the cold blade bite into my hot skin. I want to feel my arms being cut open. I will do everything to feel anything other than empty. I want my little false friend to hug me and slide across my wrist, but I made a promise, not only to you, but to the ones who say that they love me, and to the others that have saved me over and over again from my little false friend. So because you saved me, I want to save others, even when I can't stand to look at my own shadow. So as long as somebody needs me, I'll stay, because I love you, and you are beautiful. My love, please, stay just a little while, long enough for me to tell you the reasons why you are worth saving and why the blade is a false friend, because as the razor slid across my own skin and I sliced myself into ribbons, I shred the hearts of those who are worn thin from all the times that I told them I'd stop. Please, stop. I know it's hard to live in your own skin. That's the reason so many of us cut it open. I know what it's like to be scarred on the inside while you are scarring yourself on the outside. Darling, I know the struggle of smiling while behind closed doors you are dying, because I used to ask myself, why is it possible to be alive when inside I feel nothing but dead? And you think you are nothing, when in reality, you are everything. You are his everything. You are her everything. You are their everything. You are my everything. So, darling, I will stay until the end, until you realize that the blade is a false friend. Believe me when I say that this is not the end. Sweetheart, I know how you feel. Please put down this false friend and take the hand of one that is real.
That was our poet from Ralston. Let's get some judge scores up in here, and then we'll move on.
3.
I don't know what's happening.
1, 2, 3, go! Ugh. So many not enough numbers up in the air right now. Got it, cool, okay. From low to high, we have a 7.8. Keep those up. Keep that up. I don't, what happened to that score? An 8.9. 8.8, then an 8.9. Another 8.9 and a 9.5. Keep that applause going for Westside.
And our final poet of the first round is from Westside.
Bullets. Bullets and guns. Guns with triggers without safety buttons. Children running in the streets when red and blue. It began with the color and it ended with 1, 2. Red was the blood. It was justice, revenge, and spite mixed together with hate. Our dark, sticky substance that stains my clothes, paints my face, and washes my hands. It just isn't on me. I see it in the concrete. I live it in my dreams, hearing the sirens and seeing the screams and watching mothers, brothers, sisters, aunties, and cousins collapse at the scene. Officers blockade the crime scene with the yellow tape with the letters CAUTION. As if we already didn't know it was a cautionary situation. Red and blue. Red and blue. Red, white, and blue. Colors we see on the 4th of July. Water cascades from the sprinkler system. And pools like this host tons of it in 3 feet, 5 feet, 6, and even 9 feet containers. Sitting on the edge, moving my legs in the water, I see 1, 2, 3 people. Red, white, and blue. Red was the blood, white was the thug, and blue was the kill. Bang, bang, another one is killed. Blue is the sky, clear as the water. I see yet another man go wonder. Flashes of red, white, and blue tops a truck. Man grabbed the Tina on the stretcher, but he is already cold. Blue lips, blue shirt, man, and blue cover him up. The man doesn't know how to make it stop. Both the reds and the blues weren't united like the stripes ending in shootouts over differences in crews. Red, white, and blue. Kids are scared to wear colors, scared of Crayola when they sleep. Bang, bang. This time, I'm glad it was just a dream. My imagination is playing tricks of me, painting pictures of vivid dreams, seeing colors as the American flag flutters in the breeze. Thank you.
That was Westside, our final poet of the first round. Let's hear some scores, and then we'll start the second round. All right. Thanks, Internet.
All right, judges. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put them up. Okay, from low to high, we have an 8.3, an 8.5, a 9, a 9.1, and a 9.3. Give it up for your poet. All right, y'all, that concludes the first round, so we're going to get started again. Y'all ready? All right, keep that applause going for Bryan.
First poet of the first round from Bryan High.
Hi, I'm Claudia, and I'm a freshman from Bryan High. Who cares? Who cares? And this is my poem, Home Sweet Concert Hall. Days, hours, minutes, and seconds pull at my heart as I stand here clinging to my golden ticket, waiting to be let into my home. As I step through the gates of heavens, all thoughts are lost but one, that this here is my home. As the current pulls you in, all emotions are overtaken. Once you enter, noises flow in one ear and out the other. Every time someone even comes close to that stage, your heart begins to race before breaking once more. As time goes on, you get pulled deeper and deeper into a sea of strangers. You're engulfed. Yet there is no fear in you. These are your protectors, and this is your fortress. As the band members flood the stage, screams pierce your eardrums. At the first strike of every chord, vibrations surge through your body. Your blood comes to a boiling heat. The smell of the sweat and smoke dance within your nostrils as people push, jump, dance. You're getting ran into by bulls. Look forward and see the gods that have brought you here today. Look left and look right. New faces are all around. Look down, lost in discarded treasures. Red cups fly through the air, raining hot liquids upon my body. These people are forever my family. I feel needed. This is forever my home. Nothing can mimic this perfection. Nothing will come close to this. But as the music dies down and the lights come up, our lost souls linger for one more minute of acceptance. Slipping my way through my strangers, I'm alone in this car. There's so much space, too much for its own good. I'm always alone until one day new tickets appear and I know I will be home again.
Thanks. Hey, quick update. We're going to get a score from round one. We've got 25.6 for 26.7 for Prep, 27.1 for Bryan, 26.6 for Ralston, 26.6 for Westside.
All
right,
from low to high,
here's
we
our
have
scores.
A 7.1, a 7.5, 7.8, 8.6, and an 8.9. Now give it up for our next poets from Ralston.
Hey everybody, this is our poet from Ralston.
Hi, I'm Emily Manhart. I'm from Ralston, and this is more than my mother deserves. You walked out on us, but then you walked straight back in with those how dare eyes. No, how dare you, pretending like it was easy for you to leave your 9-year-old to know that life had been too tough. She didn't care that much. Blinded to reality, she ran to your side any time you called, leaving again and again and again, being loyal forever. But in the back of her mind, she always knew that the pills and the meth were never enough for you, for no fix would ever fix you. Throughout all those endless nights you spent with them, you must have forgotten that not only did you leave her, you left me, your 3-year-old daughter who could barely remember your face, your voice, the love that you had once shown, only leaving a bitter taste in my mouth every time I think of you. For the pills and the meth were worth everything to you. Well, you knew that for a split second that the quick fixes would only heal your heart for a split second, making it feel like an eternity. The one who should have had the loudest voice in all of this was your 1-year-old daughter, who you left, waiting for the love and the kindness of a mother to appear. But she found no mother when you showed around. You were nothing but a stranger in her eyes. She made excuse after excuse to love you, but all hope she had for you vanished when you couldn't even remember her name. You were selfish and in love, not with yourself, not with your family, but the pills and the meth that became more than your being, more than your family, more than your own life, risking everything for that quick fix you so desperately relied on, even if it meant dying alone in an alley. I hated you for all the chaos you left us to sort through, for all the times you have forgotten us. But I've come to this. Your choice was set in stone, but I still have a chance to never choose the easy way out, to never follow in your footsteps, to be different. For you are nothing but a poison in our lives. But you will never know that that poison gave me strength. And I thank you, for I have risen above your influence.
That was our poet from Ralston. Let's hear some scores, everybody. Hey, internet, we're in round 2 right now. What poems are we liking so far? How are we feeling? What are we feeling? Are we feeling?
All right, judges. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put them up. All right, from low to high, we have a 7.0, an 8.7, an 8.9, a 9.2, and a 9.6. Give it up for your poet, and keep that going for Westside.
Poet from Westside.
Howdy, everybody. So, I'm Leah. I'm from Westside High School.
Took them a second. Okay. Dear Pope Francis, I've been dreaming of you. It's not because of some ideological conviction. In fact, I left behind the Catholic religion years ago, tucked inside my old pocket Bible, buried, with knee socks, a school uniform, and a picture of one of your predecessors in a place of honor on my nightstand. My 2 Mass a week addiction took a long rehabilitation to see past long nights spent on the internet and talking to other, more hedonistic friends in America's secular public schools. Oh God, Fox News is cringing. Back to the dreaming. I'm not looking for a return to the fold because even if I wanted to, I can't ask to go back and not be taught what I've learned. I just want to talk to you, to feel the strength of someone's utter certainty because I've lost my own. Because I was absolutely atheist until I realized that I'm lying if I think I have any clue what's going on outside this world around us. I just know that I've decided that to live definitively is to live ignorantly, and there's no reason to choose either side, just to hope I'm on the right one. But conviction is the more uplifting decision, because to believe in something is to live for more. And no matter what I tell myself, I can't wrap my mind around the idea of a God or a heaven or faith. And I've read what you say, and I know you think that's okay as long as you live well, and well, I want you to tell me that. In my dream, I would tell you this. Dear Pope Francis, I used to believe in God, and then I moved on to believing in myself just as powerfully. This voice could move mountains, these arms could level forests, this breath could tame seas, and oh boy, did I believe. But depression is a powerful thing, and it's been creeping up on me for years, taking pieces of me with it, leaving them buried with my old pocket Bible, knee socks, school uniform, and the picture of one of your predecessors that had a place of honor on my nightstand. They are there, but I am here, meek, but not blessed, gentle, not even in slumber. The Lord is not with me, nor can I believe He's with you, even when I desperately want to. Dear Pope Francis, it's hard to believe in a God that trembles and shakes underneath the world's slightest shuffle, and that God, unfortunately, is me, dear Pope Francis. It's hard to believe in the power of your limitations, dear Pope Francis. It's hard to believe it all. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. Glory to the stars, and to the science, and to the emptiness. Glory to the emptiness. Glory to the lost soul staring at her beaten body and wondering how she isn't dead already. Glory to those who love the lost. Trust me, we need it.
That was Westside. Let's get some scores up in here.
All right, judges, you can score that art with a number on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, from low to high, we have an 8.8, 9.2, a 9.2, 9.8, and a 9.8. Keep that applause going for Creighton Prep.
Up next, Creighton Prep.
Hello. This is okay. My name is Andrew O'Donnell. I am a sophomore at Creighton Prep. And this poem is entitled "The Place Between Places." There is a place between the lungs and the breath of a person. A place where all the I love yous that were never spoken wait. A place where the tears of a mother who is sorry for her sins but doesn't know the words to say whisper. It is a place where some God is waiting to hold you, tell you how much they love your broken soul. It is a place of complete healing and understanding. It is a place where pain and love collide to give birth to a beauty that can only be felt. It is my home. It is the place you will find me on warm summer days, wishing on flower petals long gone, blowing death into the winds, my breath, an invisible force pushing death on a journey to find new life in the foreign cracked dirt. It is a place that transcends dreams, for it is a reality. It is locked between the breeze and the warm body of the bluebird. It echoes in the silence of a rainforest, and it whispers in the quiet wonder of an ocean. It exists in the cosmos between the music and my ears before the lyrical vibrations penetrate my eardrums. They permeate my heartbeat and flow through my now beautifully shattered body and out through my fingertips. Here there is eternal dusk. Fireflies illuminate the broken air. The world inhales perpetual peace, and the trees whisper generations to their young leaves. It is a place that is locked between the wind and your hands, where you will find a lonely little girl. Beer bottle bruised and broken, she lays breathless in a field of dead dandelions, kneeling with the weed between her hands. It is a gift. She blows the seeds like a prayer to some God who doesn't answer her. This place, it lingers and it levitates between your pupils in the mist of the world beyond you. You must only have the strength to look for it. It is there. Can you see it? It is here. But does that really matter? As long as it is undeniably there.
That was our poet from Creighton Prep. Let's hear some scores, y'all.
All right, judges. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put them up. All right, from low to high, we have a 7.8, an 8.2, a 9.0, a 9.1, and a 9.3, and that wraps up round 2. So let's keep it pushing with round 3. Give it up for Ralston!
And our first poet of round 3 is from Ralston.
My name is Maribel Navarrete, and I'm a senior at Ralston High School. When I was 9, my friend asked me what part of Mexico I was from. I blinked with bewilderment because I did not know how to answer her. Later that day, I went to my mother. I said, "Mommy, what part of Mexico are we from?" The look on her face sent me searching for a way to fix my question, but it wasn't until she answered that I realized it wasn't the way I had asked. Santiago, Chile, and Buenos Aires, Argentina. Wait, so I'm not Mexican? After that, my mother would fill my head with the stories of my elders, my great-grandmother's search for answers, my uncle's untimely death, the disrespect my family was shown, but because I was so young, I didn't understand what that meant. 15 years old, I asked again, "Mommy, can you tell me the story about Abu?" This time, I hear words like murder, kidnapping, and exile, and I didn't understand what that meant. But because I am my mother's daughter and curiosity runs through my veins, this time I ask questions. This time, hearing words like torture, taken, and broken, I felt an anger that fueled my already fatal pride because I am South American to you. That might not mean much, but to us, it means everything. You see, I've got two sides. Chilenos are naturally snippy creatures that will tear your heart out with our words and not give a second thought about it. A true Chileno will tell you exactly what is on our mind, even if you did not ask, but an Argentino will soothe you. Smooth out the icing until it is the right kind of silk. We are storytellers, silver tongues, soothsayers. We know our histories because we lived it. They lived it. 17 years old, I asked again. By this time, the story was my favorite because it is one I know so well, but this time, My mother said this: friend, secrets, and cyanide. My family was politically exiled from our country after they fought for what they believed in. My uncle and his wife were tortured after they couldn't get out of the house fast enough to get away when a friend of theirs sold them out to the military. And their infant daughter was given to a military family after she was born. No one in my family saw her for 26 years. My great-grandmother, to this day, helps to fight for the many men, women, and children who know the stories that contain words like murder, kidnapping, exile, and cyanide. I bet you didn't know about the pistol on his side or even about the cyanide. Cyanide, for what would he have needed cyanide? How many tears would he have cried for the pride that he never let die? So to you who ask me what part of Mexico I am from, I will tell you this: Mexico is not the only place with Latino people. I am South American.
That's our first round. That's our first call out of round 3 from Ralston. Our second round scores from Bryan High, we have 28.9, then a 26.8 from Ralston, a 28.4 from Prep, 28.4 from Westside, and 26.3 from Prep. Sorry. Here are our scores.
9.8 and a 10. Now keep that applause going for our next score from Westside.
Next code up from Westside.
Hello. My name is Lizzie West. I'm from Westside. Okay, and this is my poem. To the ER nurse that watched me pee, turn to the corner while I pull up this hospital gown you drown me in. I promise I've been drinking the water you've been bringing, please. Don't turn around yet because the scars on my hips are visible and I've never been one to enjoy show and tell. To the ambulance driver that ran the red lights, I won't ask you where you're taking me because my mama always told me not to talk to strangers. Strange how she's sending me into their outstretched arms. To the security guard that took my pajama pants. I understand that there are drawstrings. Can't you cut them off? Those smell like home and I'm gonna need them while I'm here. Stop. Don't lock those up with the rest. They've already taken my blood. Pressure's getting the better of me. Breathe. Okay, I'm ready. To the silence that sits sick in my room. Have you noticed how hard this bed is? I miss Mama's wit and Dad's thick-armed hugs. It smells like hospital clean here and my sides are itching again. Close your eyes and count to 10, 100, 1,000. Morning will be here soon enough. To the nurse that woke me up to bring me plastic cups full of pills I didn't know the names of. I'm not a morning person, so I apologize for swearing at you. I promise it won't happen tomorrow, just don't put me in solitary again. It smells like hospital clean there, and it makes my ribs burn like last Tuesday. Please don't touch me, that's half the reason I'm in here. People don't seem to like asking. Breathe. Okay, I'm ready. To the girl in the room next to mine. Thank you for sitting with me and for not asking why I'm still wearing this hospital-issued jumpsuit. This fabric is stiffer than my spine. Mama will be here with books and clothing tomorrow. Remember to breathe when you see her. To the razor blades hidden in the books Mama brought, page 562 of the Iliad, and I'm finding solutions between the lines again. I can't believe they didn't find you. To the ambulance driver that ran the red lights, I'm sorry you wasted a trip. To the security guard that went through my things to check for safety hazards, I think you missed something. To the silence that rinses my bones and memories of insistent hands and heavy-lidded eyes, I will speak into the widest part of you until these thoughts are nothing but lies dripping down these hospital-clean walls. To the girl in the room next to mine. You are my sunshine. I will sing to you through the vents connecting our rooms every night just to know that someone here will be getting some rest. My only sunshine. Mama, I've been in here for a while now. Half in solitary, half in sanitary, 3/4 sanity, lost in morning tai chi and afternoon quarantine. Mama. When I get home, don't treat me with care. I've had enough of that for a lifetime. Mama. When I get home, make me vegetarian lasagna and call me your golden top baby mama. I hope I haven't disappointed you. Elizabeth Rachel West. They're letting you out tomorrow. Breathe. Okay, you're ready.
That was our poet from Westside.
All right, judges. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put them up. And from low to high, we have a 9.0, a 9.0, a 9.2, a 9.4, and a 9.5. Give it up to the poet. And keep that going for Creighton Prep.
Our next poet up to the stage is from Creighton Prep.
Hello there. My name is Ben Reckmeyer. I am a junior at Creighton Prep. And the title of my poem is The Hero. Imagine for yourself a hero. He is not a hero clad in armor, brimming with chivalry. He doesn't slay monsters or beat back dragons. He is a simple hero, a hero of retail. As the days of that hot summer dwindled, our hero was but a page, inexperienced in work. His parents decided it was high time he'd go out and see the world. His father, son, you must learn responsibility and commitment and discipline and da-da-da-da. His mother, you have no money. Our protagonists compiled resumes of past work experience, pulling weeds for a neighbor, and submitted them to dozens of potential employers, and 2 responded, a craft store and a fast food place, and despite the dazzling reputation of Mickey D's, he made the difficult decision to get crafty. Now, fresher than the morning dew, he gets down to work. Not even 15 minutes in, his earpiece crackles. Paint in aisle 3. Skidding across the floor, he discovers the origin of the mess and the apologizing patron. Several rolls of paper towels later, he steps back to admire his handiwork, only to notice that his shoes have now been splattered with paint. The rest of the shift is spent cleaning the shelves, returning items, and checking out the customers. Their purchases, that is. Day 2 follows in much the same way, but this time, as closing hour draws near, the manager approaches with a sly grin, points to the restrooms, and says, "Time for the real work to begin." Armed with nothing but gloves and a mop, our hero delves into the swamp. The horrors within are too dark to speak of. Gasping for air as he emerges, the second day of our hero's journey has been completed. Weeks later, and our hero has matured, grown to a point of some confidence. However, he had yet to experience the true terror of retail: couponing. The floors rumble, the walls quake, displays of baskets collapse as the couponers assemble. Behind their cries of, "My discounts!" they head straight for their favorite items while visions of 40% off dance within their heads. Their needs must be met. Grudgingly, our hero serves these overzealous shoppers and conquers the challenge. In a few months, our hero has become just that, a hero and a changed man. No longer does he timidly ask the manager for help, but now points customers directly to their destinations. Restrooms are that way, popsicle sticks over there. Son, the yarn rack is not a jungle gym. He is unparalleled at the registers. "I'm sorry, ma'am, you cannot return the candle you purchased 8 years ago. Sir, we do not accept Monopoly money. Thank you for shopping with us today, miss, and have a great day." He is the hero crafting needs. He is a watchful cleaner, a friendly cashier. I am, the hero of retail.
And that was Creighton Prep. Let's get some scores up in this poetry slam. How we doing tonight, Internet? What's happening?
Yes, applaud the poet. Judges, judge that art on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. I see 4. There you are. Okay, from low to high, we have an 8.0, an 8.7, 8.9, 9, and a 9.1. Keep that applause going for the next poet from Brian.
And our next poet is from Omaha Bryan.
Hi, I'm Amilcar Romero, and I'm a senior at Bryan High School. Who cares? Who cares? And this is Mad from Math. I am mad from math. For years, its mysteries have hurled my mind into short frenzies. The dizzying equations and senseless formulas that left me with a mind recoiled away from anything bearing the lifeless, yawn-inducing scent of algebra, or anything that said solve for x. At worst, I would stare blankly into the bare white walls of my classroom and think of anything that was not math. At best, I would force feed clumps of formulas and textbooks to my unwilling brain, which would gladly spit them back out as soon as the test was over. But when I read English novels and U.S. history and scientific discoveries, my brain would grow bright colors at learning those delightful pieces of information. But talk to me about a system of equations back then, and my mind would have dissolved into a static-infested mess from which no happy thought could be rescued. To me, math was a contrived machine whose gears and cogs had no purpose but to painfully churn out a wordless hunk of numbers. And so, like so many other disgruntled victims, I bitterly declared, I hate math! But my GPA needed a raise, so I might as well try my junior year. So in Algebra 2, I commanded my mind to sit still and watch the math machine at work. And what I found was that the machine didn't garble and whistle like it had before. It spoke words, and I could see them flowing to me in smooth pathways, each colored syllable fitting into the malnourished portions of my brain. My mind accepted them with some struggle, but ultimately success. The machine's hideous facade had now dissolved. Now the gears began to loosen into streams of water whose poured out into graphs whose sides were curled under the pull of the variable x. Now the chaotic churning had matured into a steady pattering of rain, the quadratic formula eroding the earth down to its various roots. And this was the majestic ecosystem that was awaiting me to explore and discover sides I had told myself I shouldn't have bothered with. But now I began to learn that I had some dormant motive, some sleeping skill that gave me the strength to approach problems I had previously sent me away running. But now with a determined eye and careful poised pencil, I could little by little unlock the mystery of that challenge. But no lazy genius was I. Maybe I should pay attention in Algebra 1 first. Even now, math can still go way over my head like a Concorde jet. But the thrill of getting a question right, and the pride of discovering an unknown answer, and those quadratic equations and unit circles that seem more and more like an artwork with each passing revelation. And I find the deep desire to forever uncover the interconnected universe of mathematics. And I hope not to go dumb at a fractal, but to forever understand its underlying beauty, color, and fire. Thank you.
That was our poet from
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, up! From low to high, we have a 7.3, a 7.8, an 8.2, an 8.7, and a 9.0. Give it up for your poet. Y'all ready for the last individual round? All right then, give it up for Westside.
Hey, this is our last individual round. We're starting out with Westside.
Well, hello, lovely people. My name is Allie, and I'm a junior at Westside.
Westside!
Spiraling curls run down my face, moistened by tears, marching down, creating a gummy paste when it mixes with the saline and my hairsprayed strands. I look into the mirror as if wanting to make misery, at looking what a fool I must appear. My skin blotches with fear, my eyes crack to a less attractive red hue, and my skin and my face ages, cold and purple, my body accepting my mental pain as its own. I press the iron on my arm wondering if my physical pain will drown out anything else. I count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I focus on the pinprick force that glides along my arm, wondering if this will be the source to any end. I fool with the possibilities of death like a game we play simply as children. I grab the needle and move my pawn 2 places. I create pictures of punctures in the centers of my hands, just like poking pictures of ponies in my late bright. And I tell myself that I am not beautiful, I am not smart, do not pass go, do not collect $200, as if the noose could relieve some tension, as if the curve of the trigger, smooth and easy, could just figure things out. I look at the scars on my arms, wishing that they were from that one day, so I could find some excuse for why I have so much hurt. And I sit, tears rolling down my hairsprayed strands, wondering if this could be the end. I look in the mirror and realize what should really make me miserable. The toothless liar that makes up pain for their own selfish reason. And how dare I think I know what pain is when I have heard that Cameron has hung himself. The boy that I tried so desperately to impress. The boy that would spend his spring break taking care of me instead of hanging out with his friends. The boy that I wanted to grow up to be like. He lies in a hospital room, fading away from the things that tore him apart, while I lay in the arms of those who love me, thinking that I should make the same decision. How dare I think I know what he is going through? Life is beautiful from my ankle, and I spend it making up useless crap so others think that I have come so far. My dad calls, crying on the phone, telling me Cameron is alive, but not very alive, and all I can do is think of myself. Maybe I should have told him I loved him again. Maybe I should have called him on his birthday. And now, all I can wish is that the scars that I have from that one day were from that one day that Cameron had every day. Maybe then I would know what pain feels like.
That was our poet from Westside. Let's get some scores.
Audience, don't forget to just applaud for poets when they're coming on and off stage. Show love to them. We can all love each other. It's going to be great. Woo! Judges! Yeah, so much love. Judges, 1, 2, 3, go. You're all ready this time. That's great. Okay, from low to high, we have a 7. We have an 8. An 8.5. 8.6 and an 8.8. Give it up for our next poet from Creighton Prep.
And our next poet is from Creighton Prep.
Hi, I am John Ratz, and I'm a senior at Creighton Prep. I used to dream horribly, and what was nearly always a shade of nightmare, nothing scared me more than my own mind. When I was young, I feared not the monsters beneath my bed, but the darkness that poured itself inside my head. I trusted that I had God above me and the wicked below me. What this meant, I did not know. Only that I suffered in the gap between them, and the sky seemed so far away. I learned that the cure for a terrified mind was to sleep with a Bible tucked beneath the pillow. I did not feel a saving grace radiating up from the good word through cloth and stuffing. All I felt was extremely uncomfortable. You try sleeping atop the sacred text of millennia-old faith and tell me how you feel in the morning. Regardless of how weird it was, this was how I slept. For years. Until I almost forgot the sacred word of God, Jesus, and pals was stashed underneath my head. But I no longer sat up sweating in the night. And the screams of my subconscious faded to wisps on waking. Still, the night I finally decided to remove my heavenly headrest was the best sleep I have ever had. If my method sounds a little strange, it should. A stable person wouldn't sleep on a book. I have now managed my mind for longer than it suffered from either terrors or a talisman. Those years were the closest I ever was to God, because I slept next to him every night. I was the kind of kid who would go to church alone, run crying to confession at the mere mention of a breast, condemn homosexuals when I only knew the dictionary definition, and abhor abortion without a second thought. Years later, and some things have changed. You see, my parents sent me to a good Catholic high school to carry on the family tradition of faith. It took 2 years to turn me into a godless, pro-choice, equality advocate apostate, the kind of demon pundits declare a part of the generation destined to cut out the pure Christian heart of our nation and devour it whole in some satanic ritual known only as progress. Because when the religious insist that my sister, whose body and mind unravel at the seams, who falls to the ground and quakes with seizures the Bible would call demonic possession, a girl who once asked, tears streaming from the eyes that were going blind, why is God doing this to me? It's simply an extra test from some supreme being to make me more compassionate. Because everything happens for a reason. It would be so much easier to punch them in the face, as if her life was a lesson. Instead, I drip out some essence of the trembling child of not long ago and lash out with my tongue when I tell them, if God exists, he will have to beg for my forgiveness.
And that was a poem from Creighton Prep. Let's score some art. Let's judge creative expression with numerical values.
God, tall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put them up. From low to high, we have a 9.3, a 9.3, a 9.4, a 9.7, and a 9.7. Give it up for your poet. And keep that warmth going for Brian.
And up next we have Bryan High.
My name is Andrew Beecraft. I'm a junior at Bryan. Height, who cares?
The Bears!
Hold on, 1 second. Mike's not on that. Oh, snap. This is the demon of silence, the smart and the strange. This is a demon who is tall as mountains, skin black as ash, and walks like a man. I said to my niece that winter day. His eyes are as cold as steel. Whoever looks upon him, they all feel silence and fear. Nails of poison that will make you go insane with rage. The effects wear off shortly after. It is to be said that he is tough, like a diamond, lion's mane. If anyone even whispers his name, the children will be smart, will act extremely strange. For his name is Oben Taki, the demon of silence, and the smart and the strange. What my niece doesn't know is the Oben Taki is a part of me, because my autism feels like a giant demon hanging over me and standing in my way. It can be frustrating to try to be social. But some days, I am the slayer of my own demon.
That was Bryan High. Let's get some scores up in here. Yeah, scores.
Yes, we are applauding and loving poets. All right, judges. Judges on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. There you are, there you are. 1, 2, 3. We got, need one more. There it is. Okay, from low to high, we have a 7.5, an 8.3, 8.5, 8.7, and an 8.8. Now applaud the next poet from Ralston.
My name's Corinne Cosgrove, and I'm from Ralston. Great Papa, I have this feeling that's eating me alive. Sugar waiting for the right words, gun loaded by the past. This isn't even about me. It's about how plum wounds fester deep inside a person's lavender mind, causing others pain and the depression sets in. There's no harsh words or bruised encased ribs, just the mind of a loved one forgetting you unwillingly. This was never about me, but the color purple. I watched the sky turn into that icy purple sunset again, ending another day just like it does a life. Violet streams stain my face as tears plummet to the ground. Frostbitten lips, frostbitten words fall on my lips, screaming to leave me alone. Lilac handwriting keeps scratching at these pages, the endless agony becoming the fuel. It's all become way too much. A thought pulls me back to the funeral of a loved one. It changed everything. I remember those plum tears streaming down my face as I told you goodbye. Violet streams were strewn across your coffin. My frostbitten lips cracked in the cold as I slowly followed behind your dragging procession. Like ink-filled pages with different pieces of your story. Lavender wisps stole away your memory as you became purple. Purple is the color of Alzheimer's. It makes you forget who you will be, who you are, who you have been. It kills slowly and causes so much pain. The hearts of many are affected, though only one mind is disintegrating. No one ever starts out as purple, but is cursed as time goes on. I remember when you were my great papa. I remember when we went on tractor rides putting around the block. I remember telling you stories only to write them down later, you laughing at my tiny scattered brain. But all the good memories have been overshadowed by this purple haze, by your cold body encased in wood, by all the down faces trying to keep it together, by my endless screaming, not being able to believe this happened, by the color purple that flashes in my mind as I think of you, great papa. You have become the force that has propelled me to want to stop this never-ending cycle. I don't want anyone else to have to deal with the same pain I've dealt with. I want to stop the endless suffering. I want to make that one statement that will mean more to them than to anyone else. We will remember when you have forgotten.
That was our poet from Ralston. That was our last poet of the individual round. Let's get some scores, and then we'll take a dance break.
I'm telling y'all, if I had a Zippo, it would go down in here. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Low to high, 7.6. 9.0. 9.0. 9.8. And a 10. All right, now that concludes our first 4 rounds. So we got 1 round left with 4 more poems. Y'all in with me? All right, before we get that going, I got a couple, 3 little announcements I need to make. First and foremost, the master of music for this evening is DJ Brent Crampton. Thank you very much, sir. Also, this right here is amazing for a couple different reasons. All of our poets are magical and brave and incredibly talented. But this is our last preliminary bout of LTAB 2014. So next thing we're moving on to is semifinals. But before we do that, please give it up for poets who are in this room and who are not, who have done everything they can to give the best show they could every night we had a show. I need my coaches to meet over there. All right, so semifinals does start next week. Semis are on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The first bout is Monday evening at UNO, so make sure you check that out. You can get the information at ltabgreatplains.com, right? What? ltabgreatplains.org. What? ltabgreatplains.org. Because this is not just about Nebraska anymore. It is about regional domination. Yes. We got this. All right. Now, if you go to that website, not only will you find information on scores, those are important. You will find information on teams. You will find information on schedules, but you will also find links to donate. This is an amazing event that grows by leaps and bounds every year. We support artists, we support students, and it's an organization that does work all over the state and the region. So please make sure if you have a couple extra dollars wandering around in your pocket, there's a bucket up there you can put it in. And if you would like to do it online, you can go to LTAB Great Plains. We have visual reminders for you, including the squiggly thing you can scan with your phone. Let's see. Also, thank you to our volunteers. Hello, people at the t-shirt counter. Also, thank you to our audiovisual team, Chris, Zach, and Eric, who make sure that people who aren't here still get the chance to experience this. Woo! Also, shout out to our live stream. Woo! Hello, Internet. We love you. And if you've heard something that moved you, that made you extremely happy, remember all of these things with poets' permission will be posted online so you can look at them again later. Let's see. So in the meantime, Mr. Mason, Matt.
Hey everybody, we're taking a short break right now. We're going to do some dancing. It's going to be pretty chill. Go ahead and head to ltabgreatplains.org if you are interested in giving us money. That'd be really cool. You should give us money.
Huge difference because we gambled a lot this year to try to do this up as best we can, get more teaching artists, do more training for our teaching artists, things like that. So we're grateful to folks like the Sherwood Foundation, Paul and Annette Smith, the Humanities Nebraska, Nebraska Arts Council, and others. But like I said, those are the big donors. We've had a lot of smaller donors who we appreciate because we need help. We're still behind on fundraising, and any little bit helps. So thank you very much.
All right, now normally we would allow for a little bit more of a dance break because that's what makes me happy, but we also are running a little bit late and we want to make sure you all get home. Yet again, Mama need a nap. So, first I'm going to announce order. If your poets aren't in the room, you might want to bring them in.
We lost a judge.
Oh.
He had to clean up his welding station and couldn't stay.
I can't be mad about that. All right, so we need a judge. We have lost one, ladies and gentlemen.
Anybody in for We might have to go.
Other volunteers?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, we're going to allow this to go on for a couple more songs while we get the rest of our poets back, and then we're going to go ahead and get this started. I got one team. I got 1.5 teams. 2.5 teams. All right, so one moment, we'll be back. Enjoy the music. Charlie did that. Hey, you broke the other piece that I broke.
Are these other ones on?
I don't see a light.
Hey, we're putting it together for the final round. This is real exciting.
This team is my Patronus.
Omaha Bryan.
I'm Claudia and I'm a freshman.
I'm Andrew. I'm a junior.
I'm a milk cart, and I'm a senior.
I'm Shannon. I'm also a senior. We're from Bryan High. Who cares? This is our color wheel.
Pink, purple, gray, and blue, these are all colors of my choice.
Gray, dull gray, like a rain cloud that frowns upon the sun.
Over here, I'm transparent.
I am blue. The minute blue.
The fake of these holes is I.
I return my nose to the safety of a textbook at the slightest whiff of immaturity. Nothing but straight A's for a straight arrow drone.
I float through school making few whispers, but when I talk, I solidify into ice.
But when I'm with my friends, my soul is bursting with yellow.
My aura stays a mellow blue.
Because I was born to float in a lake of peace.
My laughter can dazzle, even blind you with a shower of golden light, but other people's emotions appear to seep into me, barely tinging my surface.
But adjust your eyes, because I am a mystery with layers. I am the shapeshifter that no one understands.
You aren't looking. I laugh over unprincipled jokes whispered to me by trusted friends.
I have sailor's vocabulary when presented with the ears of those who won't judge. I
Burn bright crimson, orange, and yellow for who and what I love. My arms and legs dance with orange when I create my burning thoughts into great realities.
I swallow my words because
the world tells you to be yourself.
Then takes it back.
Once it gets a glimpse of your true form.
These horrendous people we sadly call society will never hold me down.
Can you believe her? She has no real friends. My glasses mark me as either a practical lady or a socially challenged geek, depending on the viewer.
She belongs to
Can you believe her? She has no real friends.
Cheerleaders, jocks, drama nerds, all stand by my side.
What people don't really know is I'm indigo, compassion for my friends.
But other people look at us and think,
He's gonna be a librarian because his nose is always in an adventure book.
And I
we'll be on the fast track to business and politics because she sure dresses like it.
She'll never pull a job hopping one place to another.
And I
will be a psychologist, nodding along blankly to your problems with no inner life of his own.
But really,
I want to be a young adult novelist.
But really, I want to be a vegan graphic designer.
But really, I'm gonna be the best photographer Taxi Magazine has ever had.
But really, I do want to become a psychologist. But not your, tell me about your mother type of psychologist. Get educated.
They don't
want to see the rich shades that underlie myself. All they want to see are
skirts, skinny jeans, dresses, and sleeping with silent trips that fill my closet.
Gray, like one of my ever-present sweaters.
But under all these stereotypes, we are nothing more than ourselves.
You don't know anyone, so don't pretend that you do.
We are all our own rainbows.
And never should be anything less.
That was Bryan High. I know I'm supposed to be unbiased, but OMG, I love that team, you guys. I love them. I love them.
Judges! Judge art on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, from low to high, we have an 8.7, an 8.9, an 8.9, a 9, and a 9.4. Now give it up for the chorus from Westside.
Up next, Westside.
You and me, girl. Okay. Anyway, sorry. She's not as fortunate. Yeah.
Continue.
Okay. My name is Leah.
My name is Peyton.
My name is Ellie.
My name is Lizzie, and this is
A formal letter from the Westside Poetry Team to the Internet.
Dear Otto,
You came in like a wrecking ball!
How dare you? Every day when I'm going about my business, your existence finds a way to annoy me somehow when I'm browsing some sites and one badly chosen link brings me to the brink of insanity, for God's sake. Stop having your blogs play my lead from the moment I click on them. It's a sin, and I'm telling on you.
For that matter, can we do something about pop-up ads? I know it's not exactly your forte, but I figure you two must have an agent in common. The way you freeze my computer and make me tear my hair out in one fell swoop. Apple W!
Apple W! Apple Q! I'm telling on you!
Honestly, you're pretty bad on the play, but if I get one more ad asking me if I want to make my penis figure, I might just redirect this letter.
In fact, we will, dear Pinterest.
Look at this Rice Krispie recipe!
OMG!
Pin it!
When I search high fashion, I don't need a picture of some chick in a cambric shirt and red skinny jeans accompanied by her Frappuccino of the Month club card. I appreciate the consideration, but I don't go overboard on makeup tutorials, nor do I want an anchor tattoo on my ribcage. Therefore, I guess I don't qualify for your little cult.
Ah! Dear YouTube, what happened to you? I'm left in your horror as I observe the millions debate about Obama in the comments of a guide to candle.
Get this! Obama is a candle!
No, I'm so tired of trying to find my favorite child show and instead being told 50 ways to lose body fat.
Try clicking rapidly to lose finger fat.
No, like seriously, if I cared about that, I wouldn't be sitting on my blade watching YouTube videos anyway.
Post us up 5 videos and...
Spam! I'm not talking about atheism, reverse racism, or Team Gale.
Team PETA!
Like seriously, YouTube, get before I resort to telling on you.
Dear fanfiction.net, I cannot believe I found myself in that corner of you. No, I do not want a Lord of the Flies orgy. Thank you. Stop taking advantage of my half-past 2 boredom. Stop replacing every S with a Z, and God forbid should you put some punctuation. Stop. For the love of Draco and Hermione, or I'll tell on you.
Dear Mac Keeper, my computer's clean.
Dear Facebook friends, I played Farmville 4 years ago. Stop asking me to send you pigs.
Dear Twitter, stop having fun I'm not a part of. I'm too lazy for another social network.
Dear legal downloads, I just want to watch Catching Fire. If you're going to be this inconvenient, I'll just pay $18 for a movie ticket.
Dear bad Wi-Fi.
Dear mom jokes.
Dear memes.
Dear moderator, you're annoying.
You're not funny.
You're stupid. You're a sin.
And I am telling on you.
Now,
if you'll excuse us, a formal letter to Al Gore from the Westside Poetry Team. Boy, do we have some things to tell you.
And that was Westside. Let's get some scores.
All right, judges. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. From low to high, we have a 9.0, a 9.0, a 9.1, a 9.3, and a 9.6. Give it up for your poet. And keep that love going for Creighton Prep.
All right, we're bringing up Creighton Prep now. That's our second to last group piece and the second to last poem of the night. And ever in the semifinal round. In the prelim round. Sorry, I can't speak.
I got it. Is this on? Okay, wait. It's never on. Oh.
This is not a great start.
Gravity still works.
I do not know how to work this microphone. No kidding.
Plus, they've got too many poets now. Way too many poets.
Hi, I'm John Ratz.
I'm Andrew O'Donnell.
I'm Ben Reckmeyer.
I'm Jake Sawyer. And we are from Creighton Prep.
My son, Ethan, is 16.
After drinking an excessive amount of alcohol, he took a joyride that ended in the death of 4 pedestrians.
At his trial, his psychologist pleaded for leniency on the grounds that Ethan was too sheltered to know right from wrong. And we were outraged for a while.
Tonight, I am a good Samaritan. I was one pressed brake pedal away from driving off into the dark, and no one would have blamed me.
Why did you stop?
What kept you from going down the road?
Tonight, I looked over for a second too long. There, on the shoulder, a car distressed, and I had to stop with them. I had nothing to offer but myself. When I asked,
How can I help?
My voice was not alone.
Was your compassion worth it? Did you know what was coming?
No one taught me compassion was to be expected. There was no epiphany in my past telling me I had to help. Call it instinct. As we were bathed in the oncoming headlights, I barely had enough time to tense before the bumper kissed my body.
How could this have happened?
What monster stole your life? Before you condemn my patient, give me the chance to speak. The boy is gravely ill, a victim of a disease that he inherited, affluenza. The worst case I have ever seen. It is a small miracle someone as wealthy as Ethan even knew the truck wasn't a toy. Do you really expect him to have realized how deep the alcohol would drown his world?
I knew nothing of your Ethan. As the world fractured, my last thought was a car on the shoulder fading in my mirror and a dark road searching ahead of me to anywhere else.
Are we meant to forgive this killer?
Did his drunk mind see them as anything other than speed bumps?
Why does this lack of humanity deserve a chance?
I understand your anger. Trust my professional opinion when I say that the silver spoon that this boy grew up on has poisoned him to the core.
Who paid for your diagnosis?
What is the blood price to wipe out my life and 3 others?
Hold back your hatred. My golden tongue was bought by the same money that destroyed the boy. look no further to see what has turned him into an empty vessel. You, father of the beast!
How much blood is on your hands?
How could you raise something so despicable?
When they told me my child was a killer, then he drank his veins on fire and drove into a bloody nightmare, I had to remember who they spoke of. This could not be my son. He has to be harmless. Look, I didn't teach him to shatter bones and bodies. I didn't teach him anything.
Where was your guiding hand? Could it have steered aside this tragedy?
Absence is not a sin. I had places to be, business that needed doing, and I couldn't be bothered. I never thought he'd kill somebody. What parent would suspect the life they created would be capable of ending another? Maybe I should have been around more, I'll admit, but would we all just rather forget about this?
He is sick.
He is not my fault.
He killed me.
And he will serve only probation.
That was Creighton Prep. Let's get some numbers here to judge poetry.
Judges! While you do that, quick fact, I'm standing on a bunch of tables, not a stage. That terrifies me. Okay, judges! 1, 2, 3, go! All right, from low to high, we have a 9. 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, and a 9.3. Keep that applause going for Ralston.
And our last poets of the night are from Ralston.
I don't like the short.
Hi, I'm Emily Manhart, sophomore.
Evelyn Marie, senior.
Corinne Cosgrove, senior.
Maribel Navarrete, senior. And
When I was growing up,
We passed notes, fancy folding.
careless scrolling,
and the dread of having your message read aloud when you got caught.
Cell phones were for mothers and fathers who worked, and in the end, were only used for long-distance calling.
growing up,
Getting high had more to do with swings than after-school flings, and smoke rings
were unfortunately misshapen clouds. Back in my day, sprouting a curse word, at least in my house, was accompanied by the threat of a mouth full of soap, because if I was going to kiss my mama with this mouth, it better be clean and proper, like a lady. Ladies were thought to be ladies from birth, and class was something we had with us at all times. And heaven forbid we forgot that.
The only time our legs would separate in front of boys was to bomb a ball across the field and go from one base to another.
And I'm talking real bases, like the ones you put on the ground.
Back then, our parents never needed to text us to tell us to get inside, because if the street lights were on,
Then our butts better have been there. When I was younger,
I still knew what respecting my elders meant. Lord forbid I talk out of turn, because when I was growing up, you best believe that madrazos were earned.
and the allowance was that of my breath.
Because as George Lopez's mother once said, I allow you to live. And
That's what I grew up with. When I was little,
When we got to the playground,
that was our kingdom.
that was our time.
I remember playing double dutch and jump rope.
Playing kickball was so dope, and soccer was the game all the cool kids played.
But when I was a little girl,
I climbed trees like Tarzan.
I played ball like everybody's.
I fought bad guys like the Power Rangers.
and I read books like Belle. There go the cool kids playing sports like always. We were anything we wanted to be, and we didn't need anyone to teach us how.
And let's be honest, I believed in the Power Rangers until I was 13.
You see, growing up,
I watched technology grow with me.
We grew up watching the world become more violent and broken.
our shows became our tokens of, do you remember?
And I miss how things used to be. I watched as disrespect spread like a disease.
And adultery became the adult, and we
Just played into stereotypes and hateisms. Now that I've grown up, I'm taken aback by how much I still have to learn.
So this is me, putting 3 fingers to lips, then holding them up high because I did not volunteer as tribute for this. So this is me, notching arrow to bow,
Taking throwing knives in hand
Wielding my axe.
and chucking my dukes up.
Here's the fight for our generation.
The ones who are still kids at heart. And
Most importantly, here's to never growing up.
That was our last group piece of the night and our last poem of the night from Ralston. Let's get some scores. Let's get some final results. It's going to be good. This is our last preliminary bout of LTAB, and I am really super pumped that I got to host it on the interwebs.
4, 3, 2, 1. From low to high, we have a 9.0, a 9.1, a 9.2, a 9.5, and a 9.7. Give it up for your poets. All right, we will drop the low and high scores, and that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the final bout of LTAB preliminaries. Give it up. All right, now, everybody, again, remember, next week's semifinals does begin. It starts at UNO on Monday night. Right now, I'd like to have all my poets up on the stage from all 4 schools, please.
While we do this, give it up for Jessica Poindexter
and Charlie Curtis Beard.
You want to do like every other?
All right. Okay. All right. In 4th place, give it up for your poets from Bryan. Who cares?
Okay, in 3rd place, give it up for Westside.
Westside. In 2nd place, give it up for Creighton Prep.
And in 1st place,
give it up for Ralston.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your set poetry. Now, Sanika, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I love you all. Please thank you for supporting poetry and staying with us so late. I love you. Good night.
I love you all. Good night.
Yeah, thank you folks for tuning in. You guys have been great. Well, I'll be back with a rundown of semifinals and when you can tune into those. In the meantime, just talk in the chat room about how much you love these poets.
I don't know. That was good job. Yeah, you got it. Well,
Yeah, I'm excited. If they make it. Good for you. Hey, do you have my number? You should text me where you go, because I could.
I don't have your number.
I've either been or live streaming all the other 10, so I could be free.
Let's
402 305 1925. Yeah.
The number that is calling you is going to be.
Cool. Thank you, sir. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This is late. This is Greg. You can tune in Monday at 7 o'clock, or maybe 6:30. Sorry. Let's see. Semifinals Monday 7 o'clock at the Milo Bale Student Center. Wednesday we'll be back here at Metro at 5:30 and 7:30. And on Friday, April 11th, we are in the Joslin Art Museum Witherspoon Concert Hall. Tune in, watch them. Get there if you can in any physical way. This is our first year with 4 semifinals. There are 16 teams. Only the winners of those semifinals will go to finals. It is going to be just insane. Come check that out. Go to ltab.omaha.org or ltabgreatplains.org to support this work and donate to support these students. It takes about $500 per student to run this program. A lot of those donations, a lot of that support comes from donors just like you. So get out there and support them. And we will see you next week. It's ltabgreatplains.org, youtube.com/ltabomaha. I've been Greg Harries, your live stream host tonight. We're Mary Beth Becker and Charlie Curtis Beard. They're beasts. I love them. All right, good night. I'm going to go relax for once. Bye.